New footage of Fetty Wap behind bars just surfaced, and things aren't looking good.
I said, man, never fooled, never been. Head up like a nosebleed.
The rapper went from millionaire to inmate in an instant, and it's clear prison life is wearing him down. Honestly, it's not shocking. He's locked up at FCI Sandstone, a facility notorious for gang violence and constant unrest. I've got every detail. Let's break it down, the viral footage and the current situation. Long before federal agents grabbed Fetty Wap at Rolling Loud, there were clear warning signs that his life was spiraling fast. A pattern of violence, legal chaos, and growing conflict showed a man trying to balance fame while staying tied to a dangerous street world that would eventually destroy him. The first major event that should have been a wake-up call came on November 3, 2017, when Fetty Wap was arrested in Brooklyn for drunk driving and drag racing. The circumstances were incredibly reckless and showed zero concern for public safety.
Wap got arrested for drunk driving. Cops saw him erasing another driver. They said he was going over 100 miles per hour in a 50-mile-per-hour zone.
Around 1:20 a.m., Fetty Wap was driving his girlfriend's 2012 Mercedes CLS AMG on the Gowanus Expressway near the Hamilton Avenue exit in Red Hook, Brooklyn, when police spotted him racing another car at over 100 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone. NYPD officers caught the stunt on dashcam video, and when they pulled him over, Fetty handed over a suspended New Jersey driver's license. A breathalyzer test at the scene showed a blood alcohol level of 0.09%, above New York's legal limit of 0.08%. During questioning, Fetty Wap admitted he'd left a club in New Jersey and was heading to another in Brooklyn after taking 2 shots of Hennessy. He was hit with 15 total charges, including reckless endangerment, illegal speed contest, operating with a BAC over 0.08, aggravated unlicensed operation, driving without a valid license, unsafe lane change, tailgating, and speeding.
Arrested for 15 charges, including reckless endangerment, drag racing, DUI, driving without a valid license, unsafe lane changing, aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle, following too close, and speeding.
Luckily for Fetty Wap, in March 2018, he struck a plea deal, pleading guilty to a misdemeanor count of reckless endangerment. The deal required him to complete a state-impaired driving program, lose his license for 90 days, and pay a $500 fine. Many of the original charges were dropped, sparing him jail time. But that DUI was only the start of his legal downfall. His alleged pattern of violence toward women became a recurring issue that haunted his image both in the streets and the mainstream. In June 2019, the Lapt opened a felony battery investigation after a woman named Leslie Lease accused him of assault during a party at his Hollywood Hills home. She claimed that Fetty, while drunk, got violent, pressing his forehead to hers, choking her, shoving her into a window, threatening to kill her, and punching her in the face.
He's being accused of manhandling a woman that he met at a video shoot. Apparently, they were going back to an Airbnb. They were having a party. It was several other women as well. They said at some point during that evening, the accuser went to the room with Fetty Wap, and things allegedly got a little violent. They said there was a witness who's one of the accuser's friends who was in the room, and they said she was upset. The woman was upset because of the other women that he'd invited back to the house.
The Lapt looked into the case, but charges were eventually dropped for lack of evidence. The victim initially chose not to press charges and went back to Louisiana before changing her mind 3 months later. In April 2020, Leslie filed a civil lawsuit accusing Fetty Wap of assault, battery, negligence, and emotional distress. However, that case was dismissed in October 2021 after she failed to show up in court. The pattern of violent behavior didn't stop there. Another incident in Las Vegas made it clear that Fetty's temper was becoming a serious issue. In September 2019, he was arrested at the Mirage Hotel for allegedly punching a security guard 3 times during an argument. He was charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor battery, but after reviewing security footage, 2 charges were dropped, leaving just 1. By January 2020, a judge agreed to dismiss the last charge if he stayed out of trouble. The most concerning moment came later in his career, showing his anger issues were still unresolved. On July 2, 2022, at the Saturday in the Park Festival in Sioux City, Iowa, Fetty Wap had a heated run-in with a fan during a meet and greet after someone accidentally splashed water on him in the crowd. Fetty reacted by slapping both the water bottle and the fan's head. The moment was caught on video and quickly went viral, but no legal action or follow-up consequences ever came from it. Outside of these violent run-ins, Fetty Wap also got tangled up in several civil lawsuits that exposed the instability in his finances and personal life. In 2017, he faced a property damage lawsuit involving a rented mansion in Puerto Rico. The dispute came from damages found after his July 2016 stay, including missing bedding, holes in the walls, damaged golf carts, and evidence of drugs and other inappropriate items totaling $50,000. His insurance covered $40,000, but the landlord, Dr. Michael Jones, sued him for the remaining $10,000. A major financial setback also came through a defamation lawsuit filed by Shauna Morgan, a former employee who had worked with Fetty Wap since 2014. In March 2020, Morgan won a $1.1 million judgment against Fetty Wap's label after proving he had falsely accused her of stealing back in 2017. One of the most dangerous episodes of Fetty Wap's career involved his violent feud with local Paterson rapper Raheem "Fuzz" Thomas, a conflict that would eventually turn deadly serious. The tension stemmed from music business disputes. Fuzz's group, Muscle Team Entertainment, had helped promote Fetty Wap's breakout hit Trap Queen, but felt betrayed when Fetty and his label refused to return the favor by supporting Franco Oyago's single Zoo-Op. Things escalated in January 2017 when Thomas and P. Dice, a former Remy Boy member who was already suing Fetty for $7 million over 679, dropped a diss track targeting him. By March 26, 2017, the beef erupted into violence when a shooting broke out outside a 24-hour deli in Paterson, leaving 3 people injured.
Are reporting that there was a shooting early Sunday morning and Fetty Wap was somehow involved in a dispute that turned into a shooting.
The brawl kicked off inside the Montclair Deli and Grill around 5 a.m., involving Fetty Wap, his entourage, and another group that included Raheem Thomas. Surveillance footage showed Thomas pistol whipping a victim and holding a gun while Fetty Wap was tangled up in a fight before running from the scene. The robbery element made the incident even more serious.
Saying that they took about $450,000 worth of jewelry and thousands in.
During the chaos, Fetty Wap's gold 1738 chain was allegedly stolen, which led to additional armed robbery charges against Thomas. Not long after, Thomas appeared on Instagram wearing the chain, though he denied stealing it, claiming it was given to him. In 2019, Thomas pled guilty to lesser charges and was sentenced to 5 years in prison for theft and weapons possession, while another man, Sylvester Huffing, received 9 years for the shooting. Fetty Wap, through his lawyer, refused to testify, saying he wasn't the victim, which weakened the prosecution's case, though it didn't stop the convictions. The string of violence, arrests, and dangerous associations during this era painted a picture of someone torn between fame and the streets. Every conflict seemed to raise the stakes, making his world more volatile even as his music career soared. Back in 2014, a local rapper from Paterson, New Jersey, flipped the hip-hop game upside down with a trap anthem about cooking work with his girl. Trap Queen catapulted Fetty Wap into superstardom, peaking at No. 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning a diamond certification. Soon after, Fetty made history as the first male rapper since Eminem to have 3 tracks in the Billboard Top 20 at the same time. Born Willie Jr. Maxwell II, Fetty had been fighting battles since birth. At just 6 months old, he lost his left eye to congenital glaucoma, a rare condition that causes dangerous pressure buildup behind the eye.
Glaucoma when I was little. Matter of fact, my mother is here actually.
Ask him about his eye right now.
How old was I when I lost my eye? This is the right answer. 6 months. I was 6 months when I got glaucoma.
That difference made him a target growing up, sparking countless fights in Paterson's rough schoolyards. Kids would try to test him. One time he even threw a desk at another student. By age 12, he'd undergone reconstructive surgery, but when he turned 18, Fetty made a defining choice. Forget the fake eye, he said, deciding to embrace his look and keep it real. But life was far from easy. Coming up, Fetty Wap was broke and hustling just to get by. After dropping out of school, he turned to trapping, often with no place to sleep. "I didn't even get to use no bed," he told The Guardian. "I was lucky to have a carpet." He remembered watching his little sister struggle while his dad worked non-stop trying to provide.
Bro, sleeping in the car and I'm watching my baby sister lips turn purple while my father's somewhere trying to make something happen.
Right.
Bro.
When Trap Queen hit, everything changed overnight. The record earned him a deal with 300 Entertainment, and by 2015, Fetty Wap was the hottest new name in hip-hop. His debut self-titled album debuted at No. 1 on the Billboard 200, and hits like 679, My Way, and again had the streets on lock. Awards poured in: Billboard Music Award, iHeartRadio's Top New Artist, and even 2 Grammy nominations. But just as his fame peaked, tragedy struck. On September 26, 2015, Fetty was in a serious motorcycle accident in Paterson while trying to pass another car. He crashed head-on, breaking his leg in 3 places. Rushed to the hospital, he still kept it real with fans on Instagram. "I broke my leg in 3 places, but I'll be all right." Police later cited him for driving without a license, insurance, or registration. Another example of how the street life kept catching up. Still, the money kept flowing. In one interview, Fetty revealed he was stacking more cash than he ever imagined during those peak years.
I said, now we go, like I was saying, like I know for a fact I was clearing 100,000 every day. Now, the day I woke up and I only made like 40,000, I'm like, some shit ain't right.
With all that money rolling in, Fetty was living large. He had houses scattered across the map, a fleet of luxury cars, and was dropping stacks on designer fits for everyone in his circle. Fetty rolled deep everywhere he went, sometimes rolling with a 30-man entourage, all eating off his plate. His monthly expenses hit around $150,000, and he was copping designer jeans for the whole crew like it was nothing.
Let's say we go to the mall, right?
Yeah.
At this time, I love robbing jeans, right?
Yeah,
They're talking about $500 a pair of jeans.
Tell me they gave you some type of
Of course, we still cool to this day, bro. That's my guy.
Took care of you.
You'll see people like this.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So if you buy yourself, you gonna look like just a greedy, selfish.
So then the type of I'm like, all right, everybody grab a pair. And then my worst shopping experiences was Barney's when the Balmain came out.
Yeah.
We're talking about $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 pair of jeans, bro.
At his financial peak, Fetty was sitting on more cash than most people could ever dream of touching.
Like what?
The most I saw in my account.
Yeah, just
22.
Like 22, like 2.22 million.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah, I spent a lot too. I ain't gonna lie.
I saved a lot of money, bro.
22 million.
I saved a lot of money.
The man was pulling in insane amounts of money. When asked about the biggest payday from a single performance, Fetty threw out a number that left everyone stunned.
How much is the most you ever got for one show?
For one show?
Yeah.
Like $375.
God damn it. In the United States, no way. Had to be like some Dubai.
No, United States.
For real?
Dubai was more.
Behind all the flexing, Fetty was juggling a complicated personal life. The rapper had 6 kids with 5 different mothers. Aiden, born 2011, mother Ariel Reese. Zavira, 2015, Leslie Ziona, Curry, 2016, Masika Kalisha, Amani, 2016, Elena Parker, Lauren, 2017, Turquoise Miami, and ZY, 2018, Leslie Ziona. His relationships with the mothers were all over the place. Some praised him as a solid co-parent, while others called out constant drama. Fetty's love life stayed in the headlines when he married model Leandra K. Gonzalez in September 2019, but the marriage was short-lived, ending in divorce less than a year later with no kids involved. Adding fuel to the chaos, a leaked sex tape featuring Fetty and ex-girlfriend Alexis Guy hit the internet in January 2017, bringing more unwanted attention. Despite all the noise, Fetty tried to hold it down as a dad, often saying in interviews that being a real father wasn't about money, it was about presence.
Love, man. Love and time, bro. Money don't mean nothing. And trust me on that, bro. You don't want to ever be looked at as the person with money. You want to be looked at as dad. You give your kid, it's time, bro. Word up.
Nah, that's real. That's
because if I had to give you any advice, bro, when they come, you spend as much time as you possibly could because you can never ever get that back.
In 2020, tragedy struck when Fetty's brother, Fetty's Horn D-Wap, was shot and killed in October. The loss hit him hard, and he poured his grief out on Instagram. But an even greater heartbreak came in June 2021, when his 4-year-old daughter, Lauren Maxwell, passed away. The cause was revealed to be a fatal cardiac arrhythmia caused by congenital heart defects she'd had since birth. Fetty was in Miami when he got the devastating call from Lauren's mother, Turquoise Miami, over FaceTime. He later said it was the worst moment of his entire life. Despite being shattered, Fetty still took the Rolling Loud Miami stage days later, dedicating his performance to Lauren and sharing emotional tributes online.
Out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the worst possible feeling I could ever have because they always say you're not supposed to question God. Right? But 4 years old, no health problems. What the
like why?
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so many questions.
Turquoise Miami also opened up about their daughter, describing Lauren as a beautiful, funny, vibrant, loving, talented, and strong-willed princess mermaid Aquarius. The loss sent Fetty into a spiral, but somehow he found the strength to keep going, holding on to his daughter's memory as motivation to move differently.
My daughter, she's the one that got me out of it, bro. You look at these pictures and she's always smiling, just like her dad.
Right.
No matter what she go through, she's smiling, just like her dad.
Fans rallied behind him during that dark time. One Reddit user wrote, "It's got to be super hard to lose a child and then show up for thousands of fans and try to make them smile." Another added, "Didn't his brother die last year? Stay strong, Fetty." Losing Lauren hit especially hard because it came while his career was already slipping. The Trap Queen wave had long faded, and he was drowning in personal and professional losses that were only getting heavier. These days, Fetty's story is about redemption, finding peace in prison and meaning through music. For a man who once bragged about making $100,000 a day, life inside FCI Sandstone is a complete 180. Concrete walls, tight schedules, and limited contact with the outside world. Still, the Zoo Gang leader has shown resilience, keeping his mind right and focusing on growth. From his cell in Minnesota, Fetty stayed connected to fans through social media and the occasional new track. His time behind bars has forced deep reflection, shifting his priorities toward what truly matters. That change shows most when he talks about fatherhood, emphasizing that love and time mean more than money, a truth he learned the hard way.
So now I grew into my daughter's favorite artist. I know my daughter's favorite artist. I know what she loves to do. She's a visco girl, bro. She loves to wear like the big clothes.
The rapper has opened up about the difference between simply being a provider, a daddy, and truly being present as a father. It's a distinction that shows just how much his mindset has evolved over time.
For the ladies, when it was time for her to be Tom, you catch my drip, I was the first person to know, bro.
Right.
It wasn't her mom. She called me first in school.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting on the phone with my daughter. We both crying. I'm like, she's crying because she's a little embarrassed. I'm crying because my girl is now my baby girl.
His efforts to step up as a real father even had him improving his domestic side, learning to handle responsibilities he once brushed off when fame was his only focus.
I could get around anybody that got a kid and be dad.
Be they dad.
You know what I'm saying? I could play daddy all day. But when it's yours, my dad. Like, not your dad.
They proud to say it's my dad.
Exactly, my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm somebody's father. I learned how to cook. I make the pancakes with we crush up the 40 pebbles and we put them in the mix and.
Oh, you get fancy
Bro,
with
I
it.
get busy because I want to be that person.
Right.
I want to be Superman to.
This shift in how Fetty approaches fatherhood marks a major level up, one accelerated by his time behind bars and the devastating loss of his daughter, Lauren. Through those hardships, he's gained a deeper appreciation for everything he once took for granted. Despite being locked up, Fetty hasn't let go of his music grind. In November 2023, he dropped his third studio album, King Zoo, proving his dedication to his craft even while incarcerated. The project, which featured a collaboration with Koi Lirari, highlighted Fetty's continued artistic growth. Before that, in 2021, he released The Butterfly Effect, an album that carried deep emotional weight following Lauren's passing. The title itself held personal meaning, as Fetty explained.
People are on it.
The Butterfly Effect, bro, the reason I chose The Butterfly Effect, a lot of people would think it had something to do with my daughter, my daughter Lauren that passed. That was, out of everything I've been through in my life, that was the worst possible feeling I could ever have because...
The butterfly effect, the idea that small actions can create major outcomes, became a metaphor for his entire life. Fetty described the album as really like my life story, as much as I could give in 17 songs, showing how he was opening up more than ever before, while still keeping parts of his life private. However, he's also been honest about his frustrations with how the industry has treated his music during his bid, saying he feels his work deserves more love and promotion than it's been getting.
If all the artists... If as many artists that I've helped throughout these years promoted mine the way I promoted theirs,
Right.
I would have the #1 album in the world
Today.
Yeah, I would. The Butterfly Effect will be the #1 album out right now.
He's broken down the line between his job as an artist to create and what he expects from his label when it comes to proper promotion and exposure.
That's what I'm
job is
saying.
to be
Maybe
a
they're
rapper.
not doing what they supposed to do.
My job is to be a rapper. I stopped trying to do everybody else's job. Word. I only got one job, is to go record music and make good music and hand it to them. Their job is to make sure everybody else get it. That's not my job.
Right.
So I'm only supposed to do interviews. I was supposed to do shows. I was supposed to go make music.
Right.
That's my job. I am an artist.
Still, there are signs that fan interest in Fetty Wap's music hasn't faded. In January 2025, his 2015 hit Again saw a massive resurgence on Instagram Reels and TikTok, proving his songs still resonate nearly a decade later. Throughout his time inside, Fetty's maintained a grounded, philosophical outlook, finding what he calls peace amid constant loss and adversity.
And I say that because everything was authentic, bro. It wasn't perfect. It was authentic.
Right.
That made it real, bro. I suggest people like to really break down that record and listen to it, bro. Like, I'm really at so much peace with so much pain and heartache that still linger around me. Bro, I'm at peace as much as I can be.
I was gonna say, is it 100% at peace? About 85% at peace?
I say, like, if I had to choose, bro, if I really had to put a number on it, man, it'd be 1730.
Speaking of time, in a recent post you put, I'm on borrowed time. Some people took that as, oh, Fetty Wap is on borrowed time. He's going back to jail. I took it as, he's talking about he's on God's time. Is there, what was the meaning about that, I'm on borrowed time?
No comment.
No comment. And we keep it moving.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, tap one of the boxes on your screen to check out more stories like this. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the real lives behind hip-hop's biggest names.